This week, we're highlighting a bunch of short, light filler games that aren't weighty enough for a full review, but are still definitely worth a look. All of these games can be set up and explained in 1 to 2 minutes and play out in less than an hour. They're also really portable and small, so you can take them with you when you go traveling, or use them to kill time at events such as conventions or at the start of gaming nights.
So let's start with 3 dice games: Zombie Dice, Martian Dice, and Cthulhu Dice. So Zombie Dice and Martian Dice both use the same push your luck mechanic. So you're trying to get as many of the target dice as you can before a bad roll knocks you out of the running. And the player with the most points at the end of the final round wins the game. So in Zombie Dice, you're a zombie and you're trying to collect as many brains as you can before you're shot 3 times. In Martian Dice, you're trying to collect Earthlings, so you try and collect as many as you can before the tanks defeat your death rays and chase you off. Now, both of these games add interest in the fact that their target dice are varied. So in Zombie Dice, the victims are color-coded for their difficulty, and in Martian Dice, you have to select which kind of Earthling you're going to collect: cows, chickens, or humans.
In Cthulhu Dice, the players are Lovecraftian cultists with a limited number of sanity tokens who are going to take turns rolling a 12-sided die at each other to either take sanity away from other players or regain their own lost sanity. Each turn consists of an attack and return fire by the victim. Now, a player who's lost all of their tokens is considered mad and can no longer be attacked, although they can still attack everybody else. The winner is the last player with any sanity tokens left at the end of a turn. If nobody has any sanity left, then Cthulhu is the winner.
Spot It is a matching game that's played with large, round cards that are covered in symbols. Now, between any 2 cards, there's only 1 symbol that's going to match. There are a lot of different ways to play Spot It. However, one of the most popular and the easiest to learn is the hot potato round. So in a hot potato round, each player starts with 1 card face down on their hand. Everybody turns over their cards simultaneously, and then you immediately start to look as to which symbol on your card matches a symbol on someone else's card. As soon as you spot that symbol, you call it out, and you place your card on top of theirs. If you end up with more than 1 card in your hand, then you just look at the top card for matching symbols, but as soon as you see the match, you can pass off the entire stack to someone else. So the player at the end who's left with all the cards loses the round. You can play as many rounds as you would like, and at the end, the player who's lost the least amount of rounds wins.
We Didn't Playtest This at All is an extremely random card game that can play in as little as 30 seconds. The rules are super simple. Everybody starts with 2 cards, and on your turn, you draw 1 card and play 1 card. The winner is the player who plays a card that allows them to win, or the last person standing if everybody else has ended up losing. How and when this happens depends entirely on the text of the cards and the interaction between them, so it's going to vary wildly from one game to the next.
So my favorite game out of this bunch has to be Spot It. It's fun, you can play it anywhere. You can play it in lineups, you can play it standing around, you don't have to have a table. You can play it with a lot of different people, it's really easy to learn, and inevitably it ends up descending into lots of laughter and a really, really good time.
My favorite is We Didn't Playtest This at All. The random silliness of it really appeals to me, and even when that novelty wears off, there's something really cool about having a game that you can play in 30 seconds flat. And you start coming up with neat uses for it. For example, it can be your way of choosing who goes first in your serious game of the night.